Vanakkam Master.
Good morning.
So today we are going to talk about Karlakatai Yoga. I have been reading on your website and I'm looking forward to learning it from you. But for all the other people also, what is Karlakatai Yoga and how it's different from the regular yoga? So can you please first tell us what is Karlakatai Yoga?
Okay. The Karlakatai Yoga, I create this art. It's called Karlakatai Yoga because Karlakatai is a more traditional for warriors and people. A lot of civilizations, the people should do in Karlakatai. But now the Karlakatai Yoga is very simplified from this tradition. Very quick and benefits. Very easy way to get benefits. So I make a different type of Karlakatai. Like example, the women are doing a Padikaralai. Yeah? Padikaralai is like a measurement chart. Yeah, the size of the measurement chart. So I was to start with the Padikaralai and then I create a Karlakatai for Karlakatai Yoga. It's like both side handles and the body is bigger. It's like a dumbbells, but the dumbbells with the one hand, dumbbell, but it is two hands. Hold it with two hands and practice. You can roll it, you can lift it up, you can twist it your body. So it's designed for Karlakatai Yoga. So I create this art through the tradition art of Karlakatai and Siddha Yoga and some movements from Burma, some movement from Meipadam, some movement for Siddha Yoga and some is Shanta Yoga. So I collect it all and simplify the very quick response for the body. That's a Karlakatai Yoga.
So this special Karlakatai, did you design it yourself?
Yeah, I designed it myself because when you do Karlakatai, like 1 hour you work out like a Karlakatai, you have 6 type of Karlakatai, but basically 5 type of Karlakatai. The Padikaralai is for women who practice, it's called totally the 6 type of Karlakatai. But why I designed for special design, because in Kai Karalai and then Bhuja Karalai and Topa Karalai, it's all 3 and into be 1 Karlakatai. 3 movement you can put it in 1 Karlakatai. It's a Karlakatai Yoga, Karlakatai, double hand Karlakatai. So it's a double handed and the body is bigger. It's a double hand Karlakatai we call, and also you can call it as a Karlakatai Yoga Karlakatai. Yeah. So you can practice very easy way and it's dynamic with that.
Okay. So it's like you have taken Karlakatai and Siddha Yoga and other parts from your martial arts and given it a completely new dimension and created Karlakatai Yoga.
Yes, right? Yeah. And mostly the Meipadam is always important. Meipadam is for the body. Yeah. So if you Meipadam is 1500 sequence. So I take the some is good for organ protection, some is antibody, some in immune system, some is anti-aging, some is breathing techniques. So I take it from warrior stuff, take it little bit by little bit, and I put it on Karlakatai Yoga. So if you do Karlakatai Yoga, with you practice like 1 month, your body become like anti-aging. You become, you never seen, nobody will find out age. Okay, you like example you are 40, you look like a 30 or below 30. Okay, every year, if you 1 year you practice, your body stayed for until your old age is same look same. So you have to practice and breathings, Kshatriya breathings, and practice every day.
Okay. What is Siddha Yoga?
Siddha Yoga is an ancient type of Siddha Yoga called yoga was developed by saints, Siddhas. I already talked about Siddhas recently, one of your interviews. So Siddhas create medicine and create the exercise, like a medicinal exercise. Create exercise itself is a healing your body. It heals your body. Okay. So that type of exercise called Siddha Yoga. Siddha Yoga, there is a lot of movement in Siddha Yoga. So that yoga, like people, when the ancient times, people went to the war and then came back. So the king asked him to go for like a training for Siddha Yoga. After Siddha Yoga finished, then Shanta Yoga finished, then only they go to the family. You can't go for a war and directly go to the family because the psychological trauma, they have so much psychological trauma, they go and beat the wife, same anger, take the home. So after the war finish, they heal themselves, then they calm themselves, and then only go for a family. That is the tradition of warriors. But nowadays the war finish, directly come back home. They got the nightmare dreams. Sometimes they take weapons and fight with the family. The same mentality the people have. But that's why they create Siddha Yoga. Siddha Yoga, the people who is injured in their body, even you are someone hit you, the message you are into the body, the injury, the pain in message in the body. So if you do Siddha Yoga, you clear everything. You like a detoxified body, full body. So no memories, bad memories, or pain memories in the body. Clean and make your body fresh, and then make your calmness your body. Shanta Yoga make you calm, and then you leave it anywhere quietly. So that movement I add with the Karlakata Yoga.
So Karlakata Yoga is not just for fitness but also for working deeply on mind.
Yeah, psychological mind.
How, in terms of its asanas, how is it different from the regular yoga? Karlakata Yoga, how is it different?
Yeah, because in your regular yoga, you don't have any weight in your hands. You just use your hands. Like example, these muscles, you cannot, nobody tight these muscles. All the bodybuilder also keep this muscle building muscles. But when you hold it and stretch your body, and all the body will be opening, all the muscles are engaged. So that's why you lift your Karlakata and you practice and very strongly. Then you feel stronger and fitter. So that is very different because you hold something in your hand. Like sometimes you two Karlakata, two Padikarla in both hands. Sometimes double hand Karlakata both are holding, lifting like this and making your rib bones and shoulders, collarbones. So you work out every bones and muscles and nerves, everything. But in yoga, you base on flexibility. They use of flexibility and breathing. This for completely entire body.
So this includes flexibility, strength, breathing, right?
Mobility, and then also you have the floor exercise, and you're sitting and doing, and standing and doing, and the caution doing, and the movement and doing. So there are lots of dimensions you do. So not one, you're not sitting quietly and breathing. So this one you can stand up and moving your Karlakata, and then the breathing your body and stretching your muscles and make your body flexible. So all in one. So it's all comes into one. So it's difficult.
What is the age group that can practice Karlakata Yoga?
Now I'm teaching for teachers. Like I want to train the teachers. Like more coaches I created like Karlakata Yoga. So then I will train the people who's depends on it. Like young people I trained for young kids, and they're a little bit like a 40 above I teach for adult, or 50 above I ask him teaching for middle-aged people. So I create the teachers who depends on the passion and depends on the maturity. So the young people like 20 years, 25 years they want to be coach. Then I teach for kids. So I trained for how to train the kids. So after train the kids only they can teach. For Karlakata Yoga only for kids. You are teacher for kids only. You cannot teach it for adult. So then I will teach us for adult. So teacher for senior citizens, senior people. So teachers for old people. So I create the 4-5 different types. So I teach for, this is for kids style, you can teach. This is for adultery. This is for senior people. This is for old age. So different things I will teach for. So it depends on people who is interested to take the course as well. Also the people I want to teach for adult, you have to need more mature. So you have to train the more. So the maturity is very important also as a coach. It's not only you learned and physically you trained and then you have the knowledge, physical knowledge you can't teach. The maturity added.
Are there any health issues? I mean, are there any specific health issues that if people are suffering from those health issues, they shouldn't be doing Karlakata Yoga? Are there any such health issues?
I don't consider that because this is mostly a therapeutical side of yoga. You don't hurt your body because you just start with the Padmasana or half lotus. Okay, lotus or half lotus, you start with it. Half lotus is already taken 3 months to people to train it. Okay, so if they can't do, they can't do. There's nothing, you don't reject the people. So if you want to start with 1 month, they can go for, with my student will train them, not me, I'm going to train. So they will train for 6 months to make them to do the proper workout. They can't straight away they can do it. Okay, you can do it now. They can't do it. So it takes time.
So, when is your course starting?
September, I plan for September. First September I'm planning for. But there's a 1 month course. 1 month I will continually class for 2 hours a day. So morning and evening. Or 1 month if I don't finish, it take a 2 months. If you take 1 hour a day. So it's like 60 hours I want to complete with the course. 60 hours I train them for breathing classes and like a Shakriya Pranayamam with the movement and the asanas and the practice and the mudras. Some is like a mudra style, but it is called as a mudra because it is positions like mudra. So some movements are all added together. You take 60 hour courses. You can finish with the maximum, finish with 1 month or 1 to 2 months.
So do the coaches need to have any previous qualification to?
Yeah, they have any coaches, they have to be teachers before they come and learn this. They have teacher on Karlakatai, they have teacher on yoga, teacher on gym instructor, anything they can join. But I want to check because I want to start with the Meipadam only. Meipadam, and then only I start to give the Karlakatai yoga. So it won't be a big problem.
Master, how is Karlakatai yoga different? Is it differently practiced for men and women, or how is it?
It's slightly different because like a man's are a little bit heavier wood we selected. The Karlakatai, double hand Karlakatai bit heavier. For women, it will be a lightweight we can select it. That's the difference. Also the movement are a little bit similar movements. But the women's work for the most the pelvic, lower middle body, like center body we work more. For man we work for the back, the spinal cords. So work with the spine. So the women's are a little bit spine you work, it will be a more painful because you are lifting a Karlakatai. You're not mostly flexible and bending your body and stretching your body. It's already important, but you can't overstretch it. This is the limit, stretching, this is enough. You can't go more than that. If you go more than that, you can damage your body. So that's the Karlakatai we explain about the Karlakatai yoga. So the women's also, there is a limit. You can't go more than that. More than that, it's not important. It's not used for anything in your life, in your culture. That's flexibility is enough. More flexibility, it's not important. That's we will explain about the classes for man flexibility, the limit of man, the limit of woman, and then the strengthening. The flexibility and strengthening are same as important as flexibility, and then the mobility, and then the strengthening and breathing all come together. So it's for woman breathing and man breathing is different for class. Breathing is different from class because a woman must breathe like this, man must breathe like this. Some movements will be opposite.
So in regular yoga, instructors training courses, they teach pranayam also as a part of the course. Is there going to be any pranayam in this course?
There's no pranayam, but we will teach with Kshatriya pranayam with the movements. Okay, this movement, Karlakatai will move here, you start inhale, this is holding, this is exhaling, this is inhaling. Exhaling is like a circle in your body. So you make a circle continually sequence. You create a sequence through your pranayam. You can't break the sequence and then go back and break that. You can't break it. You make a circle, making a movement to the pranayam. So that's we will teach it. So each places where your body Karlakatai move, the breathe in, breathe out, the holding, breathe in, breathe out, hold, breathe, and so you continue like.
Master, how is Kshatriya pranayama different from the pranayam that we learn in yoga?
Yoga pranayam is mostly based on controlling the Sukshma nadis. Okay? Sukshma nadis means the center nervous system. Okay, yoga pranayam. So based on center nervous system, But in Kshatriya Pranayam, it's based on five important vatas. Okay, there's a 10 different vatas is important in the body. So you control in a pranayam means a prana is one of the air, one of the dasavayu, 10 different type of air. Oxygen is one of the air, hydrogen is one of the, so nitrogen is one of the, carbon dioxide one of the. So we can breathe in everything. So you go for making a smoke in the room, but still you can smoke only the oxygen. You living in a smoking room, the body absorb only oxygen, but that is a pranayam. But you live with smoking room, you can specifically you can breathe oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, anything. So if, like for example, you feel like you go for some kind of nature, so there's a lot of oxygen produced in there. So you can maximum oxygen you take in. Okay. So some trees giving you carbon dioxide. You go there and you can breathe only carbon dioxide. So the body take and converted the oxygen into the body. Like how the tree take the carbon dioxide and give oxygen, and take the oxygen and give carbon dioxide, your body will become a converter. It's converted into the oxygen into carbon dioxide into the oxygen into the hydrogen into the water. So it converted anything. The body itself, it will be changing everything. So you can done after that with some amount of oxygen, small amount of oxygen, you can live for longer, hold your breath and live for long time. So sometime in Kshatriya Pranayam means give you Shakti. That's why it's called Kshatriya Pranayam. In the secret of Kshatriya Pranayam called secret breathing. People come and check you in the war field. People come and check you. Your pulse is not anymore. You feel like you're dead. You're not pulse running. So find your heartbeat. There's no heartbeat. So they think you're dead. Then they go back. They will stand up and back home. So that is a Kshatriya Pranayam. So everything you can control. You can make your body like a dead. Then you wake up. That is a Kshatriya Pranayam. So you can control 10 different of vatas. Dasa vatas, and which air you have to use in a different place of the body. Like this year you have to go there, this place, this year you have to fill, this year this oxygen must go for blood, hydrogen go for here, this organ need a carbon dioxide, this organ need a hydrogen, so it's a nitrogen, so everything will change. The body it automatically it works from different field. Okay, so you give the boost of the organs, you have to give the pranas.
So this is very interesting. Is this also going to be a part of your course?
No, this is in a Kshatriya Pranayam course. Like example, even the people when I was doing a Kshatriya Pranayam, like people born, how the warrior be a bond? Warrior, you can't be out of people. You are a warrior. Warrior as a warrior you born. So like a people like a husband and wife, they make a love. In that time, which organs was the powerful? Which organ is the powerful organs? And that nitrogen or hydrogen or oxygen, which is the powerful? That is the mentality you come with. That is the mentality the child will come with. So your mom is breathing in nitrogen in that time, too much nitrogen in the body, too much hydrogen in the body, too much water in the body, too much carbon dioxide in the body. So the children's character is based on the whole life. It is like one of a different science. This time is a prana science. So it's not only, that's why even the breathing, we check the breathing for a man and a woman. You can find the breath, then they make a male child. Then you go now, you female child. So that type of things also, it comes from Kshatriya Pranayam. So you can understanding your breathing level, and then you can understanding the girl, the woman who's what type of breathing. Then they make love together. Then they get a child, it will be a male child and female child. That much science, interesting subject is Kshatriya Pranayama.
Master, people in corporate desk jobs, most of them are suffering from spinal issues and issues related to shoulders and neck and back and inflammation of these joints. Can Karlakata Yoga help them also?
Yeah, definitely, 100% it will help them. But the people who's in a corporate, working under the corporate, but they not physically understand anything. They just for everything was like a games. They not 100% focus on it. Okay, they are all thinking about it's everything easy, everything, because the first things they have no discipline. Okay, they have to learn with a serious manner. It's not a business. Your class and the things is not business. It's a Gurukulam means they don't understand Gurukulam, and they have to understand what is Guru and what is teacher, what is a coach. They have to understand the things about it. They feel everything is the same. Even you teach cheaper, there's someone teach more expensive, doesn't matter. They just feel to buy someone learn. That's it they think. They doesn't see the senior teacher, gurus and anything. They have to think about that one as well. But you are expensive, I go other place is cheaper. They go and then get with the problems. They go for beginners and then they get a problem sometimes. So the corporate people all thinking about corporately, like the money involved. So they have to find the courses who's experienced and trained coach. Without a certified coach, they can't join anyone. So what is my advice to the student? Don't go to any of people who teach Karlakata or Karlakata Yoga. Don't go. First ask them, are you the certified coach? Are you the certified this? Then you can ask them and take 100% guidance from the teachers, from the coach who you trust. Then if you don't trust, ask him, you can call me, call our federation, call our Gurukulam, find them, they are certified trainer. And then yes, if I tell me yes, then you follow the courses. Because now there's couple of my students who buy books and then start teaching. And learn with the YouTube and then they start teaching. So they doesn't understand anything. Even I also can't teach everything to my students. Some days I will teach little, sometimes I teach more. So it's not time, it's a lifetime learning, So you have to respect the teachers who teach you and getting a proper certification as well. Without certification, people will teach, you will learn and then you get injury and then you get the problems. And then you tell him, I learn Karlakata and I get injury, I get the lower back pain, I have this pain, other pain. That is one of the important things I want to tell you. The second things, you can definitely 100% you can recover by the issues. You have the lower back issues, any issues, structural issues, neck issues, any issues you can 100% recover it. But if you go for certified trainers, okay, we trained our coach with all the knowledge of it. So you follow up our trainers, then you learn it, and then you can recover it. But you have to take a class with serious. Okay, don't come for one class, month 2 class, and then tell me I'm 5 years I'm learning. You month 2 class, how many days you attend per year? Month 2 class only. Okay, 24 class you can attend, and then you tell me I here for 1 year, nothing happened. It's not that. You can learn, and then you practice yourself, and then come back again, and then learn and practice yourself. Don't make yourself mistake. If you have mistake, you can ask your coach. Okay, that's more important.
Master, while doing Karlakata Yoga, students have to follow any specific kind of a diet?
They have to, it's important. The diet is already, because you are eating 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day or 4 meals a day. Who knows? After 5 times you're eating, you come to my class and then you tell me, I'm not lost weight. Of course, you have 5 meals a day you're eating. So you eat less and then with healthy food, nutritious food. You eat like a 2 meals a day and you eat healthy food. So take a lot of vitamins, lot of juice, lot of natural organic fruits. Don't get cheap fruits and cheap tin food and man-made drinks. They drink man-made drinks are better. You can man-made waters, mineral waters, and then there's chemical waters, and then they have lot of Fiji water things. That and all not nature. Anything come from nature. You have to take from nature food. Okay. So don't take man-made drinks and man-made fruits or anything. Preservatives and then that and all you have to avoid. That's more important than diet. First, follow the nature. Everything come from nature. And second, follow the diet. The first I would advise you, follow everything is nature. Is it come from nature? Is it preserved? It is painted? It is polished? It is cleaned? Is a pesticified? Everything comes with a box with a pesticide. Okay? They doesn't understand we are natural human beings. We are also with the organics. All human body is organics. But we put unorganic things into the body, toxins into the body. We need bacteria. The body can face the bacteria, but body can't face toxin minerals. That toxin minerals become a neurotoxin in our body. Neurotoxins not only from your life ended, it is passing to your generation. That's why you have to be careful more than diet than preserved food.
Is there any restriction regarding vegetarian or
No, that I'm what I can tell to my students. This doesn't matter you veg or non-veg. It's all important. You have enough nutrition in the body. It's called nutrition. You have enough nutrition in the body. You feel healthy and you feel stronger. Okay, that is you become automatically you be healthy and stronger. You become 100 people you can teach. 2,000 people you can teach. You're strong enough. If you think I'm vegetarian, one class only I can take, and the next class I'm tired. Oh, come on. You are the teacher, one class you take, second class you're tired. How can you be taking advising a student? Like an example, if the warriors go for war, okay, I have fight only for 1 hour. 2 hours I need a break. So 2 hours, 2 hours you break, you finish, everything finished. So you have to continue your process, yeah. Eat our healthy food, train for a long time, and then after 5 hours non-stop you train, then you can teach for 2 hours is nothing. After 2 hours, nothing. Your body can face everything. Then you have to eat veg or non-veg, eat nutrition. Which is rich in nutrition you can take. Don't think about veg or non-veg. God never did. If you everything is a veg, everything is non-veg. It depends on your mind only. If you feel is veg or non-veg, you can take anything. I need a nutrition, I take. Okay? The spirituality doesn't tell you don't eat this, you don't eat this. Even there's a lot of stories about Shiva. Shiva eat anything. So there's no problem because you're eating for you only, not for your soul. Eating for body only. You pray the God with your soul only, not for the body. Body is yours, soul is not yours. The body have died, soul doesn't die. Soul go back to the God. Okay? Still your body eat, soul doesn't taste it. Soul is always pure only. But don't make your dirty soul and clean body. Okay?
Master, how does Karlakatai Yoga help us to detox the body from toxins? And how important is detox?
Detox is very important. I told you there's a different type of sweat you can come. First beginners comes with a water sweat. Then it's a internal organ sweat. Then it's become oil sweat. The sweat become oily when you do oily sweat. So the 3 type of sweat. The sweat itself you can detox. Sweat is one of the detox process. And your cold, you got a cold, yeah. And mucus and cold is also one of the detox process. Okay. When you sneezing your nose, you clean your nose. It's come all the mucus comes out of the nose. So that is a lungs detox. Okay. Kidney detox. TB is a kidney detox. Stomach detox. You go to toilet. Stomach detox. So your eyes also detox themselves. So all organs themselves itself is detoxing. But you have to make your process, your health process. You can't make one part of the body without no active. Okay, my central body never active. I'm sitting in the chair, only these positions. Only these positions, only this position. All is bad. You have to sit in every positions. You can move your body. It's good. You can't sit 1 hour, 2 hours. I can't sit fold my legs and sit. I can't sit with my long legs. it's all problems. So because the energy is stored, the muscles are not breathing. So every muscles are breathing itself. So if you practice Karlakata yoga, you don't worry about toxins. Naturally, your body become detoxified. Okay, naturally detoxified. Even your hair also, lost hair also, it stops. Everything will be naturally changed. You don't focus on your body something. I look after my hair. I look after my skin. No, you can't look after your skin if you don't look after your organs. Your organs you look after, the skin automatically healthy. Okay, it's not one process. The body is all in one only. Okay, so if you practice Karlakata yoga, the whole body will be detox. Okay, then only you become anti-aging, means is a 100% detox. That's his anti-aging.
Master, how does Karlakata yoga help with mental health and emotional health?
Because like mentally, if you want to be effective, if like example you do only 10 movement, okay, 10 movement only able to practice, but you can go for I push you to 100, then you are mentally strong. You cry, you scold me, and then you 100 times you scold me, you cry and you do anything, it doesn't matter, but you mentally strong. Because you are 10 only you are able to do, now you do 100. Next day I push you to 200, then the mentally is too strong. So without knowing yourself, you emotionally and mentally you are fit in this world. So you are tough and fit, and it all comes from there. So that's why you practice long. Like I do only small Karlakata. Now I am doing big Karlakata because I am strong. Understand? Then you emotionally and you physically, you are only be strong, and then your life will be healthier. You can face with any problems, anything. Not getting stressed for small issues. If you know you are weak for your weak body, then small things also it weaken you. Small things is weaken you. So you can avoid all these things from that. Alright, thank you so much for today. We talk about Karlakata yoga, and thank you Trisha for knowing the Karlakata yoga. I hope you will join the courses soon.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Alright, thank you so much. Thank you.